Hello everyone, it's Who is Jishi, and today I'm going to recommend the comps to use in Supreme Arena for the reset coming up. A lot like I have said in my past videos, what you should or shouldn't use can depend a lot on what you have at a good ascension for the rank that your account deserves. If I recommend a Harak in a team, but you only have a mythic Harak or a S plus Harak in P3 to P4 matches, you should make changes to your team. I will still try and recommend some options that you can use as substitutes overall. Nevertheless, most of all the comps I will be recommending are Wilder and Selly Hypo tile comps. These tiles are, in my opinion, the most dominating when it comes to not only PvP, but the entirety of the season for Chains of Eternity. I hope that these comps can help you with the competition. Let's get into it. First, we'll start off with one of the first teams I'll recommend. This team is the one that I'm the most confident in, and it includes Odie, Scarlita, Ulmus, Damien, and Lily May. Overall, this comp is just amazing with putting Odie on the Wilder tile and letting it decimate the enemy team. You can't really use Iron in this comp because there is no one to pull, and it'll just let Odie execute everyone in due time. This comp is the right amount of stall and the right amount of damage. Can't say I would recommend a lot better. I would recommend you run this on the second map because I think Odie and Scarlita's execution bypasses invincibility, a lot like it did in Season 2, so it is good to use on that map. If you cannot run Scarlita, I recommend running another warrior such as Igor or Florabelle. Of course, I recommend Harmonic for the artifact of choice. I personally wouldn't change this. Next on, I'll recommend a Celestial and Hypogean composition. I didn't feel too confident in all of these, but first I'll recommend a more whale-friendly comp for Selly Hypo. For this comp, I had chosen to use Freysto, Talene, Dianelle, Rowan, and Coco. This one is a bit more tricky, and I'll let you decide if you want to switch it up. But I had originally used this for map 1, placing Rowan Dianelle on the tile and letting the comp have a good amount of stall and damage in itself. Of course, this is not that perfect, as it can be countered by Graveborn, but I'm not sure Graveborn will do that well once the Rowan and Talene ult. I used Snowman spell for this comp as I believed it fits well to stall for ults. If you cannot use Rowan, you should try another support in his place. In place for Dianelle, you should try another hyper carry such as Vala. Back to some better comps, I'll be recommending a Wilder comp next. I'm not totally confident about this one yet, but I do believe it has some potential. For this next comp, I had used Iron, Talene, Parisa, Rowan, and Granny. I had used this comp for map 1, so you'd replace the other one I recommend for this one. You would also use a Snowman spell for this comp. This is just Parisa ult spam, and I love it so much. Parisa on the Wilder tile is really, really good. Iron may be blocked by Lily May, but he is just here for if you have a high ascension Iron who can help the team in many ways. You can run this if you'd like. If you don't have a good Parisa, you can swap her for another decent Wilder damage, like Arden. On the fourth comp, I'll have to be recommending another Celestial Hypogean comp that I'm a little more confident about and tested last SA rotation. With this comp, I had used it on map 2 with Snowman spell. I used the heroes Burial, Talene, Freysto, Coco on Real Pesto, and Shakir on Fake Pesto. Honestly, this comp with Shakir and Coco can run very well. You can also run a comp similar to it on map 1 or map 2, like here. It's a pretty decent stall comp, and you can try and swap Burial for Dianelle or Harak, and swap Shakir with Dunglinger. I had placed Talene on the tile for now, but to be honest, you could try and go for someone else and see how it works. This is still a really great stall comp, and you can try it if you'd want to. This will be the last comp I'm going to recommend, and also one of the ones I have high expectations for. I would definitely run this on map 3 with Overcharge spell, as I believe that is the best. For this last comp, I picked Harak, Tarsi, Hewin, Arden, and Thorin. This comp with Overcharge, in my head at least, seems pretty overpowered. Mostly if you have Huin's charms, which are amazing for PvP, this will just make Harak unkillable for a while. Even if they find a way to somehow nuke the Harak after the time, they have to deal with the Tussie somehow. Of course, I already know how to beat this, but if you want to find out, you'll have to ask me in the Discord. If you do not have Harak, you can swap him for another hard carry damage, such as Dianel. Overall, I think this comp has amazing sustain, with Huin and Thorin, and the damage from Arden, Tazi, and Harak. There is a lot that I have to say for this outro. First and foremost, when it comes to substitutes for certain characters, you have to pay attention to what your team needs, such as in the Wilder comp if you need to sub out a Wilder, or you're running thin in your 3 comps. Try instead to just run 2 Wilder comps and use 3 Wilders per team. You don't need to overstress yourself to make 3 great Wilder comps. You should slot a Wilder in that fills the position of the hero you'd want there. Such as switching out Granny in the 3rd comp, I'd recommend using another tank from any class and swapping out Talene for a Wilder. Also, as you noticed, there is a lot of artifact overlapping. I'll just leave that decision to you. For the most part, you're just going through Overcharge, Harmonic, and Snowman. Anyways, I hope that the video was informational and you guys gained a lot from it. If you have any questions, you can just talk to me in the Discord. It's the beginning of the season, so we're still going through this. You should watch my charms tier list video. It will help you have the knowledge on which charms are the best for PvP. Anyways, bye bye.